Hi you guys, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft. You can see I have some dies and some scraps on my desk. So it is, this week is a happy birthday themed swap on Ginger's Corner for a mini swap, which means you make 4 items. I will try and make 5 so that I get to keep one for myself. So I've gone in and I've pulled some sort of bright and happy scraps to use. I've never used this die set before. It came from a very large Temu die set that includes some ice cream cones, some sundae cups, and this cupcake. So I went online to try and find some photos of what it's supposed to look like, and I could not find it. So I'm kind of winging it. Oh, I know what I forgot that I wanted to do. So I am going to go cut all of these elements, put them together just to see how they look and if that's what's going to work for my plan. Everything's plain cardstock except the base of the cupcake and the candle. I have this striped paper, which I think might work, but I may change my mind on that. So let me go do some cutting and I'll come back with the parts and assemble it and see. I'm just going to cut one for right now of everything. So we'll come back and see if I want to make any adjustments. Thanks. Okay, checking in. I've done my first round of cuts. This is way too thin, this paper, so I'm not liking it. I think I might try cutting the candle out of the glitter paper because I think that would give it a little more substance. I'm happy with this, but I think that I might prefer to do it out of this dark pink because I don't like this dark pink on here. It just doesn't, it's too clashing. So what I think I might do is just cut both layers out of the same pink and then ink one of them a little to sort of give it some shadow and then put it on top. So that's what I'm going to try next time. I'm not hating this part, but I'm just not sure it needs it. I don't know. I'm not sure what the purpose of this is because it doesn't really line up with the indentation. So I wonder if just giving it a little ink might be better. Like that just is not, it's not making sense to me. I did check the other pieces to see if maybe it belonged somewhere else, and I can't find where it might belong better. Nowhere. So it's supposed to go here, but I'm just not sure what it's supposed to look like. So I'm wondering if maybe just some ink might help. So let's get I'm gonna go ahead and do, I don't know what color ink I want to do on this. Let me hold off on inking. So I'm going to go do another round of cuts. I will go ahead and do one of them like this and keep that for myself probably. But I'm going to go cut the happy birthday in the dark and this in the light. And then we'll come back for another try. All right, so this is after the second round of die cutting. So as I said I was going to, I cut that out of the same pink and then just grabbed my one of my pink oxides. And you could use any pink that you feel is maybe one shade darker than the paper itself, just to get a little dimension to it. And then I realized that there's another component that I need to cut, and I'm going to cut it out of vanilla, and it's the cake part. So I'll go off and do that in just a minute. The candle out of the glitter paper came out much nicer. I really liked it. And then we have the happy birthday. So I'll just go off and cut that cake part. It shouldn't take me but a second. And I'm using tea dye distress ink, and I figured that would look good because it would look like sort of cooked edges. And most of that is going to get covered up, but I like the bottom edge showing. So just positioning that, and I did ink the piece under it as well. And on these candles, I did trim them just a little bit, cut off maybe 1/4 of an inch, just so it looked like they were inside the frosting and not too terribly tall. And then I'm still looking at that edge. From here on the video, it looks okay, but up close, I was struggling with it, and I think glitter was the wrong paper to cut that out of. Maybe if I had cut it out of a plain green, it might have looked better, just more like shadow and dimension, but it looks fine without it, honestly. So I'm using art glitter glue here. It dries really fast. You don't get a lot of movement time. But I really do like it for paper crafting, just because you don't have to wait on it very long. So then just making the sentiment. And this did cut very nicely. No issues with the die. And then I think I'm just going to offset it. And again, I'm using that tea dye. So just going to offset the sentiment, giving it a little dimension too here. And I think this is something that can be used on a card, probably a 5x7 card, or on a scrapbook page. So I added some little glitter stars, and that is the first one made. So then, oh, and I forgot to do the I lost the die for the flame, so I'm just hand cutting the flame in a flame shape. Pretty upset about losing that die, but so it was a little challenging to get this glued on there. It was just a little wick showing. But that's the first one done, and now we'll take a look at the full set. Here we are with my 4 little happy birthday embellishments for Ginger's Corner, this weekly swap. So come back go to Ginger's Corner on Facebook every Sunday, and you can sign up for the weekly swap. Thanks a lot, you guys.